go to PfSense.org. Download. Now, the new version 2.4.5, and select, in my case, AMD 64 bits. And the installer use the ISO image and mirror any that you want close to your location. Download. Now is downloaded. This is the file. And open Virtualbox. New virtual machine. Choose a name. The directory by default BSD, FreeBSD 64. Next. Memory, for basic applications, for router and firewall and hotspot, use at least 1 gigabytes. That is 1024 megabytes. But if you will use extended options and okay, this is the new virtual machine, PfSense 2451. Settings, and on settings, go to system, and on processor for basic applications, 1 or at least 2 for advanced software and advanced applications. And go to storage. Here on empty drive, insert the ISO image. This is but it's not present, so go to verify the properties. Okay, it's a GZ extension, so you need to extract the to decompress the file. Now verify. Now this is the ISO file, so this is I want. Okay, and go here and select this. Very good. That ISO. On network, on a real machine or virtual machine, you need at least 2 interfaces. First interface, bridged adapter. Select the, for example, in my case, a fast Ethernet, a gigabit Ethernet interface connected, and adapter 2, enable bridged adapter, and select another, and I would choose another fast Ethernet interface. Connected. And okay, and start. Okay, uh, enter to accept. You have three options. I want to install. Okay, and select your keyboard. I will choose my keyboard. This is my keyboard. Select enter. Okay, and up here continue. Enter. You can choose any of these manual for advanced and experts, but I recommend auto UFS. Enter. The installation is now finished. Would you like to open a shell in the new system to make any final manual modifications? No. Enter. Installation of PfSense complete. Would you like to reboot? Enter. Reboot. The installation will try to start again. So shut down the machine. Power off. PfSense 2451. Select PfSense 245 and settings on storage. Remove the ISO image. Remove. Now it's empty. Okay, and start. One interface is called EM0, IPv4 address using DHCP. And is this 192.168.164, 24 subnet mask, and version 6, IP version 6 using DHCP, this IP address. The LAN interface called EM1 only has IPv4 address 192.168.1.1, subnet mask 24. Now, I will assign a static IP address for IPv4 and IPv6 on one interface. And choose interface number 2, set interfaces IP address. Option 2, enter 1, number 1, and LAN number 2. Start with 1, number 1. IPv4 address with DHCP, no. 192.168.1.4 subnet mask 24. The gateway address for 192.168.1.1. Enter. Configure IPv6 address. One interface using DHCP version 6. No. Enter new one IPv6 address. And column 4 in my case. Enter the subnet mask 64 in my case. The upstream gateway use a global unicast address or link local address. Enter. Okay, not in the subnet. So use the global unicast address. Enter. Do you want to revert the HTTP as the web configuration protocol? No. Use HTTPS. IPv4 address, IPv6 address, enter to continue. Very good. And now configure the LAN interface now. Option number 2, LAN interfaces number 2, IPv4 address. I will use another subnet. Enter subnet mask 24. Choose any that you want according to your number of hosts and your LAN. For LAN, press enter for none. Do not configure gateway for LAN interface because this is the gateway. Enter. IPv6 address. Yes, you can use an IPv6 address. For example, use this private address on IPv6. One subnet mask 64, for example. And for LAN, press enter for none because you don't need to configure the default gateway on LAN interface because this is the gateway. Enter. Do you want to enable the DHCP server on LAN? Yes, enable the DHCP server. Yes, enter the start address 172.16.1, for example, .50. Enter the end address 172.16.1.100, for example. Enter. Do you want to enable the DHCP server on LAN? Yes. The start address for IPv6 client. Okay, on this subnet, AB100. Enter. The end address. Okay, enter. Do you want to revert HTTP as the web configuration protocol? No, to use HTTPS. Okay, and remember this. This is the LAN address 172.16.1.1 on IPv4, and on IPv6 FC00AB101. You can access the web configurator using HTTPS or using IPv4 or using IPv6 with brackets. Enter to continue. Very good. WAN interface IPv4 and IPv6, and LAN interface IPv4 and IPv6. Now, this is the client. You can connect using this client, a Windows client. Automatically, you will be connected to the network, the LAN network. Yes. And verify your configurations. ipconfig/all. I'm using the Ethernet adapter, IPv6 address, the subnet on LAN interface. My address is B2. Another IPv6 address and temporary IPv6 address. Link local IPv6 address, IPv4 address 51, subnet mask, default gateway for IPv6, link local address for LAN interface of PfSense, and default gateway for IPv4 of the LAN interface of PfSense. The DHCP server is the IP of LAN interface of PfSense, and DHCP version 6 IA-ID, and DNS servers, the IPv4 and IPv6 IP addresses on LAN interface of PfSense. So PfSense is the DNS server, also the DHCP server. HTTPS column / 172.16.1.1. Advanced proceed by default admin PfSense. Enter welcome Okay, next. Next, the host name. Okay, use any that you want. I will choose PfSense that 22451. And enter here your local domain. In my case, teachemergente.com. Primary DNS server or secondary DNS server. Choose any that you want. And you can configure this later. I will configure this later because I will use IPv4 and DNS server, IPv4 and IPv6 DNS servers. Next, time server hostname. Choose any time server that you want, but the time zone is very important. In my case, is this GMT -5 or this. That is the same time zone. Next, configure one interface, static, very good. Static configuration, previously configured. Very good. Next, LAN IP address, subnet mask, previously configured. Next. Okay, and now change the default password PfSense to another. Okay, next. And finally reload. Okay, congratulations. Finish. I accept. Close. Look at here the DNS servers. You can configure the DNS servers. Look at the IPv4 and IPv6 configurations on one interface and LAN interface. So I said that I will configure DNS servers later. And go to System, General Setup, and DNS servers. And add here the DNS servers. Okay, enter the IP addresses on IPv4. Okay, this is optional, and also this add and on IPv6 add Okay, on IPv4 and IPv6, save. Okay, successfully. Click here on PfSense logo. You can see the DNS servers. You configure it. On the client, you can use this method to verify the. On the client, you can use this method to apply the new changes, disable the interface, then enable the interface to get new parameters and new configurations from the PfSense. Maybe configure all again, the Ethernet interface, IPv6, IPv4, default gateway, DNS servers. DNS server is still the PfSense, but PfSense will use the new DNS servers internally. Okay, now and try the ping to my LAN interface on PfSense. Success. Ping the LAN interface on IPv6. Success. Ping my router connected to internet on IPv4. That is the default gateway for the WAN interface. And ping the default gateway for the WAN interface. That is the IP address of my router. Destination net unreachable. And this will fail, but I will fix this in a moment. And before to do that, ping google.com, but use IPv4. Success. This should work, and if fails, try again and try again. The first time some pings will fail, but if you try again, the next pings will be successful. Ping google.com using IPv6. destination net on ratio. So I will fix all this. Okay, go to firewall and NAT and outbound. Mode automatic outbound NAT. Change this to hybrid. Automatic and static rules. Okay, save. Apply changes. Now hybrid. Okay, and you can see how this rule is created. Use the WAN interface to make the NAT network address translation to translate the internal subnet on the LAN interface 172.16.10.24 subnet to be translated on the WAN interface. And this is an auto-created rule for the network address translation, NAT. So all the hosts in this subnet will use only one IPv4 address that will be the one address configured. But the NAT for IPv6 is missing. NAT in IPv6, in theory, it doesn't exist. But here you will configure NAT for IPv6. Add a new rule for just one interface for IPv6. Any protocol, the source can be any. You can use any or specify your IPv6 network, your subnet for IPv6. But more easy to choose any, but I will use the subnet and the prefix. Okay. Destination, any destination, the address will be the interface address of one interface, then save and apply changes. And now you can see how you will use the one interface. The source is my internal subnet for IPv6. The source port is any destination and destination port any, and use the one address IPv6 address for the translation. So all the hosts in this subnet, the internal subnet, will use only one IPv6 address configured on the one interface. And that's it. Now go back here and verify all again. Ping to LAN on IPv4. LAN interface on PfSense on IPv4. Ping to IPv6 on LAN interface of PfSense. Success. Ping the default gateway on the interface of my router on IPv4. Success. Ping the default gateway or interface on my router on IPv6. Success. Ping google.com using IPv4. may take a while, but success. And use ping to google.com using IPv6. Success. Now you are able, now I'm verify if you are able to access using website. Very good. Another site. Okay, very good. Thank you very much.